Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's Damon yet again, and today I thought it'd be a good idea if I continue that series of rebooking WrestleMania into two nights. And up to now, we're into WrestleMania 5, the Mega Powers Explode. And I already did my research on this one. It was one of my favorite personal WrestleManias, personally one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time. I mean, you have Hogan versus Savage, Warrior versus Rude, Demolition's Powers and Pain. Bret Hart, the Hart Foundation versus Rhythm and Blues. It's a very underrated WrestleMania. Like basically, people talk about WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 20, including me, present company included, WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 31, WrestleMania 40, but not many people really mention the worth of WrestleMania 5, and it's very telling the great quality of the WrestleManias, but it's also sad that we should talk more about this WrestleMania. So first off, I want to praise it. I even like the opening matchup between Hercules and King Aku. I just felt there's a lot of more qualities to be had than WrestleMania. And if I put it over two nights, I feel like everybody would feature. I hate this mentality of saying not everybody needs to be featured at WrestleMania. I'm thinking if the wrestlers bust their ass day in, day out for that company, they deserve a WrestleMania match. Unless because of disciplinary reasons or they're leaving, they should be a WrestleMania match, even if it's a battle royal or a throwaway match. Give them at least that. So yeah, the good old thing, because I feel like people are nurturing basically TKO, WWE higher up managers, sometimes bad treatment of wrestlers when they say nobody's entitled to a spot. Well, in that case, nobody's entitled to a job either. And nobody in higher management needs to be basically kept for life either. It goes both ways. And maybe I'm also sour because, spoiler alert, I saw The Boys last season, and I might do a show, another videos talking about. Lately, it feels like a lot of shows. I don't feel like investing time in most shows now because it's like their finales kind of disappointing. That doesn't mean they're bad, but disappointing. It's like the quality dips, and maybe that's the reason when I was talking to my brother about it is that he they didn't watch Cobra Kai as much as he used to. He didn't watch last season. I say please do because it's rewarding. And maybe if most finales reward you for watching, maybe I wouldn't feel as strong as this. But I love Cobra Kai. I love the fact that apart from the first third of the last season, which was disappointing, the second half was good, but was still a little bit like kitsch. But the third one, the third, the final third of the season 6 final season was really worth it. And sometimes it's like eye-watering good. Like it makes you in the fields. So, but it feels like The Boys. It's like I wouldn't say it's a bad finally. I just say it's a disappointing kind of there finally. Like Stranger Things. It feels like a lot of shows they kind of basically justify to me why I shouldn't invest that much time in shows. Like Squid Game last year. Squid Game was disappointing to me. Like a season 3 was a total cop out. The whole detective story didn't end up anywhere. That should have been a show of one season. Now I'm looking forward to All of Us Are Dead season 2, and I hope it doesn't disappoint because Sweet Home disappointed. Uh, Alice in Borderland never disappointed, and supposedly get canceled by Netflix. What a great dumb idea, Netflix! And yeah, and The Glory was awesome. It was 2 parts, 16 episodes. It got shit there, and the show ended. And that's how it should be. But that's a tangent for another day, another video. Now I want to rebook WrestleMania 5. And I want to make sure that everybody, just about everybody can think of is on the card. So, without further ado, the night one, the opening match of WrestleMania 1 will be The Rockers, Mark Jannetty, and the debut and Shawn Michaels, their first WrestleMania, taking on Akeem and the Big Bossman. And like in real life, was a kick-ass match that you didn't expect that. You thought basically that Akeem and Bossman were going to walk all over the Rockers, but they didn't. That difficulty, and it took kind of a modified Bossman slam, a powerbomb, and a running, jumping splash from Akeem to get the 3 count, and that's how I would have kept it. That match is kept entirely as it is. Number 2, the second match of the night. Second match of the night. Sorry. I would have Bruce Beefcake take on Greg Valentine. No, I would have Bruce Beefcake, sorry, face on against Honky Tonk Man. Like, I want him to. Bruce Beefcake didn't win the ICE title from Honky Tonk Man at WrestleMania 4, but I want him to actually have the definitive win to end the feud at WrestleMania 5, and that'd be the second match of the night. Third match, it'd be Rockin' Robin defending the women's title against Sherry Martel. In this case, you could have a case of Sherry gains the title just to lose later, or Rockin' Robin keeps the title. Doesn't matter. Fourth match, Owen Hart versus Mr. Perfect. You don't have to have Blue Blazer. It could just be Owen Hart and Mr. Perfect wins. But it's like a 5, 7, great 8 to 10 minute matches. Perfect plex. 1, 2, 3. No kick out of finishers, just ends there. Number 5 would be the World Tag Title title match between Demolition in an in-cap match against Mr. Fuji and the Powers of Pain. Like in real life, Demolition win and continue on their own reign. Sixth match, Tito Santana and Rick Martel face up against the Brainbusters, and like in real life, Tito loses for the team after he accidentally hits Martel with the flying forearm. Martel turns heel, same as in real life. So up to date, it seems like a very similar to real life with some modification. So that tells you how good WrestleMania 5 is. I would change the main event because as much as I appreciate Jake versus Andre feud, the match was awful. And no, I defend Hogan versus Andre because at moments, but what moment was there in Jake versus Andre? Yet Andre choking on the special guest referee Big John Studd. Never mind you, the 1989 Royal Rumble winner is just a special guest referee at WrestleMania. It was a kind of waste, and the whole match was a chore to see through. Andre at this point of his life, I don't think should have been in a singles match at any WrestleMania or any pay-per-view, so I will remedy this. But at the same time, there's many feuds that entwine together. I mean, there were King Harley Race was kicked out of Eaton family in favor of Kenyaku, who was the supposed king. So I would put those few will be integrated into the main event of Night 1, WrestleMania 5. You had Hercules and DiBiase. We could say Hercules and Virgil as well. And Big John Studd. Big John Studd still win you could basically have Ted DiBiase win the first the Royal Rumble 1989 with Big John Studd being cheated out of it. So it leads to 8-man tag main event for Night 1 of WrestleMania 5. It'd be Jake the Snake Roberts teaming up with the Mighty Hercules, teaming up with King Harley Race in an easy alliance, and Big John Studd take on the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Andre the Giant, Kenyaku, and Virgil. And the reason I did this because I think it would have been lame to have Jake versus Andre to end in a DQ. You could have either Kenyaku or Virgil take the pin, but would be after Jake the Snake Roberts DDT. So Hercules will be basically, let's say, brawling with. You could have Big John Studd and Andre the Giant brought out outside. You have Ted DiBiase being knocked out by Mighty Hercules. You could have basically in this case you have King Harley Race and Virgil, or King Harley Race and Aku finding out, and then Jake hits a DT on Virgil, 1, 2, 3. That would be Night 1. Night 2, I would start off with a nothing match, but I wanted them to be included card. Butch and Luke beat the Bolsheviks. Okay, it'd be an okay match. I'm not pretending to be a great match. It'd be an okay match. Afterwards, we'd have a continuation of feud between USA and Dino Bravo. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan faces and defeats Dino Bravo. I know it was WrestleMania 6, but I felt more at home at WrestleMania 5. Then we have the Art Foundation against the Rougeos. As you know, when the Art Foundation turned face at WrestleMania 4, Jimmy Hart basically included the Rougeos family, the Rougeau brothers, established Rougeau brothers in the first family. And it led to basically Jimmy Hart still having a grip on the Hart's contract. He was getting a percentage of the Hart's contract in storyline while keeping the Rougeos. And that feud was never properly settled. So I would settle for once and for all at WrestleMania 5, where the Art Foundation decisively and definitively beat the Russo brothers. Be a good match, but this is what going to happen. Then, I've noticed there's not many heels winning. I'm going to remedy this as well. You have Rugged Ronnie Garvin versus Greg Valentine. And I do remember that on Superstars there was a match where Greg Valentine won, which led to a semi-retirement for Rugged Ronnie Garvin. No. It happens here. Greg Valentine beats Rugged Ronnie Garvin by controversy, basically holds on the ropes or whatever. But Greg Valentine wins there. So now we're into the final 3 matches. You have the Intercontinental title match. The Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude, same match with life, same scenario, same finish. Ravishing Rick Rude wins the IC title, the only WrestleMania loss of the Ultimate Warrior to date. Then the penultimate match, you have a modification. You have Red Rooster and Coco Beware beating the Brooklyn Brawler and Bobby in a 5-minute affair. And the main event would be the Macho Man Randy Savage taking on Hulk Hogan, with Bad News Brown as a special enforcer. He was involved against both, and he's promised a title shot with her regardless who wins, and he'll be facing whoever's the champion at SummerSlam. So he's not wrestling, but he has a high prominent role in the card, and I like Savage, but knowing what I'm about to book, I would still have Hogan win the title at WrestleMania 5. But you'll see my WrestleMania 6 what I would do to basically counter that. So that's what I've been for my WrestleMania 5 in 2 nights. So let me know what you guys think. If you agree with this, if you like my shirt, it's a Joker shirt, by the way. So let me know what you think. I'm out of here. Bye.